Ooh, it's a little brisk out this morning. Welcome. My name is Renee, aka Curly. I live full time in my Dodge Grand Caravan, traveling throughout British Columbia. And late yesterday afternoon, as it was starting to get dark, I arrived in Prince George. Now, I didn't really do any filming on my way up here, but I will tell you it is a beautiful drive from 100 Mile on up. It's not really mountainous. They call it the rolling hills. So it's the flattest part of British Columbia that you'll find. And it is so beautiful and scenic. And seeing things that you wouldn't normally see because all the leaves are off the trees here. So I got to see all kinds of little pickaboos of the river and fields with hay cut. Oh my gosh, it was just breathtaking. But of course, when I arrived into Prince George, like I said, it was already getting dark, and I don't know this place very well, so I didn't know where to spend the night. So I went to one of those handy-dandy apps and picked iOverlander in particular and found this spot to stay. It looks like a heritage site / park of sorts. We got this exploration place, and I think there's a little coffee shop there, which I'm gonna go grab a cocoa. Okay, this is seriously a cool little spot. Way to go, iOverlander. Anyways, I'm not sure how the hot chocolate tastes because it's still pretty hot, but check out this table. I could probably sit here for hours just watching this, and each table has a different design. Maybe they all repeat the same designs at some point, I have no idea. And it looks like it's like maybe magnetic, and that's why they're able to do what it does with the sand. Anyways, pretty freaking cool. And the hot chocolate ain't so bad either. Unfortunately though, I do not have time to hang out around here and do any exploring because I am on my way to Prince Rupert. I do have to be there by tomorrow early afternoon in hopes that I can get onto a ferry. Yeah, in hopes. But yeah, see? A few different designs. This one over here is pretty cool. And they even have fishies in here. Say hello. Like seriously, look at that face. I am so coming back here. Oh my gosh, that was the coolest thing. They have actually a whole other exhibit that you have to pay for to go in, but like I said, I didn't have time. But maybe I should come up here and see if I can get some massage clients and make it worth my while. I think so. But anyways, let's hit the road and I'll explain why I'm hoping to get on a ferry. I've been wanting to do this trip for a long time. Well, since 2020 when I did the big BC road trip. There were only two places that I never got to go to or even drive through. And one was Stewart and the other is Haida Gwaii. So yes, what has happened is I didn't book a ferry. And the reason that I didn't book the ferry was due to the fact of not knowing what the weather is going to be. Because I am going in the beginning of November, and well, that's when the snow usually starts, right? So I wanted to wait until the week before I was actually going to be arriving to book the ferry. Well, that wasn't necessarily the smartest idea on my end, but then the way it kind of is. The thing is, there is no more reservations for the ferry, so I am not guaranteed to get on any ferry at all, and I want to do the Haida Gwaii, and then back again, and then Prince Rupert to Vancouver Island. So yes, there's no reservations for any of those ferries, but it did state on the site that there are still chances that I can get on the ferries without a reservation. So that is what I'm hoping for. Now, the reason I didn't want to reserve is it's a $30 cancellation fee for each ferry. So if I had to cancel this trip due to snow, then I would have to pay $90 in total to cancel these ferries. And that kind of defeats the purpose on why I'm going this time of year to begin with, because starting October 1st till I think February, the end of February, the ferries are actually cheaper. So it's like almost like half the price pretty much. That's why I decided to go ahead and do this road trip this time of year. And well, also, I can't do it through the summertime because I'm usually working, right? So this is the only opportunities I really truly do have. So yeah, wish me luck. That right there is the whole reason why I was waiting to reserve the ferry, because you just never know. Now, I was lucky. There wasn't much snow and the roads were good. But I also did take a look at the webcams on Drive BC just to make sure that it was going to be a safe drive going over. And I just needed to get through the Burn Lakes to Smithers area. And other than that, looks like the road is pretty much clear unless something happens overnight. Let's hope not. So yeah, I enjoyed 2 hours of driving through Winter Wonderland. It was absolutely beautiful. I enjoy snow. I really, truly do. Anyways, I have found myself a place to park not too far out of Hazelton. And, well, I hate the fact that it's getting dark so early because it's only like, what, I don't know, 5:15, something like that. And it's dark. Like, that's so sad. I'm going to climb in the back, make something to eat, and, I don't know, just chill out for the rest of the evening. Yeah, I found this on iOverlander. It was Brent's Van Life who was the first one to post this, as somebody who I know from the island. So hi Brent, if you're watching, thanks for the spot. This is pretty cool. It's like a old abandoned mine site or something like that. It is large, a lot of space here, that's for sure. A little creepy in its own way too. But yeah, it was a good sleep. I was literally all by myself here. It was quite nice. All the graffiti. Some of it's beautiful, actually. Danger, logs may fall. Well, there's our answer, right? It's something to do with the logging industry. Yeah, it's quite the place, that's for sure. And imagine coming in here at night and not being able to see anything. And I should point out that the river is just on the other side of that tree line there. road again. This section of highway that I'm driving from Prince George to Prince Rupert is known as the Saddest highway in Canada. It's Highway 16, also known as the Yellowhead Highway, and unfortunately also known as the Highway of Tears. Now, since 1969 to 2006, the police have reported that there's been 18 women who've gone missing and or murdered along the stretch of highway. Now, if you talk to the indigenous communities, they will tell you that number is a whole lot higher. This is a lengthy stretch of highway. It's taking me 9 hours to drive it. And there's a lot of spaces around here that is just basically you and the road. That is it. And, well, I know when I traveled through here in 2020, there wasn't really any cell service at all. And this time around, I've noticed that there's a lot more cell service, only a few spotty spots. So that's an improvement. I've also noticed that they've taken the signs down, or I actually haven't even seen any, in regards to the Highway of Tears. You still see some missing people posters, but not like it was just 5 years ago. So yeah, some changes have happened along here for sure. I'm just really curious about how many before 1969 and how many after 2006 that haven't been stated, right? Anyways, I am safe. Everything is well. When I spent the night last night where I did, I locked up right away and put up my curtains, and I made sure I had cell service too where I was, just in case. Yeah, a very sad highway it is, but yet so flippin' beautiful too. Prince Rupert, just crossed over the bridge there. Now, did you know that Prince Rupert is actually on an island itself? I did not know that, but I realized that when I was doing the Google Maps, and it highlighted red all the way around it, and I was like looking at it going, interesting. All there is that small bridge connecting it to the mainland, but I honestly did not know it was on an island. Anyways, off to the ferry terminal, and fingers crossed that this is going to happen. Hello.
Hello there.
How are you today?
Good, yourself?
Great, thank you.
Booking reference?
I do not have any reservations.
Ooh.
Too full?
Yeah, there's 25 standbys today.
Okay, all right.
If you want to go in and try and make a reservation for when you want to travel, but I would say probably not available today. You get wait, but
I tried to book reservations. It said no more, just take your chances and show up type deal.
There's 25.
I guess the only boat I'm getting into here is my kayak, unfortunately. But am I disappointed? Not at all. The one thing I have learned in life, if it's meant to be, it will be. And so be it. I took a gamble driving all that way just to see if I can get on a ferry. And I still have a chance to get on one. I could try for tomorrow and start heading back to Vancouver Island from the Prince Rupert to Port Hardy route. But it's also reserved too. So I have a decision to make, and I'm just not sure what I'm going to do. But I think I'm just going to paddle it away and figure it on out. And well, stay tuned to find out what I do. Until next time, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.